Chorizo. Just kidding. No, we probably shouldn't say that.
Yo, 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 it's Willie Beats on the ones and twos.
What day Vlogmas is it?
It's Vlogmas day 7.
Yeah. And we're doing a couples Q&A. So I had a couple requests to bring Wilbert back on the channel.
He's awesome.
So here he is. I didn't ask anyone for questions. We're just using this random thing on the internet because honestly, most of y'all never even ask anyway. So thanks a lot. First question. What was your first impression of each other?
I'll let you go first.
My first impression of Will, it was when we were at that beer place.
Beer plant, Midland, Texas.
No, beer garden.
Beer garden, yeah.
And I just thought you were really funny. It was like the first time I'd ever met you, and you told me like how that one time, like your most embarrassing moment hanging out the like window of a car throwing up, and the cop saw you, and I'm like, all right, this guy's pretty cool. He's pretty funny. He's not afraid to like say stuff that's happened to him.
Sorry,
so.
Mom. If you're watching this.
She probably is. So yeah, that was my first impression of you. And I knew you had a girlfriend, so I was like, oh, this guy seems like he'd be a pretty cool friend. Yeah,
so same story. I actually got invited by our area manager to go and hang out with them and have beers after work. And we all just had a bunch of beers, talk, got to know each other. And I realized that these weird people from Lubbock weren't that weird, and I could actually be friends with them.
When did you meet my family?
Ooh, I met her family on, it was right before Thanksgiving, wasn't it? Or right
before we were together.
Yeah, I met them before we were together.
It was the week after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they actually were down here. We went to go watch a Cowboys game. And
it was Thursday night football.
It was a Thursday night football game. And I met her mom and her dad, had drinks. It was a good time.
I met your family Christmas Eve last year when we went over there.
Yeah.
It was good, it was fun. It was a little awkward at first, especially because it was like the first time his dad coming home in like years, and I was like gonna be there for the reunion. Then I was like, or he said to me, he's like, you don't have to. And I was like, all right. Ran to my car. She ran literally ran, backed up the driveway and drove home. And then I went over later to meet his parents. I met his sister and his brother first, and then his mom and his dad later.
Yeah, it was a pretty touching emotional moment. It's probably good that she wasn't there, but
yeah.
You ran so fast.
I ran pretty fast. Okay, who said I love you first?
Well, she did. I kind of tricked her though.
I got tricked into saying it first.
So we had this whole competition about who was gonna say it first. I told her she was, and she said no, she wasn't. So one day we went out, we had a few drinks, surprise, surprise. And then the next morning, I reminded her that she told me she loved me. And she's like, no, I didn't.
I did not remember that at all. And I didn't. I never said it.
She definitely said something, and it sounded like it, so I just told her she did. And so she just said, well, I do, I love you. And I'm like, she's crazy.
Nuh-uh. You said it back.
I said it back, I'm just kidding.
But he really just wanted to say it, but he didn't want to be the first to say it, so he tricked me into saying it first.
Pretty much.
At least you admit it. What do we argue about the most? I don't really argue that much.
I think if I had to say something, I think sometimes you can be a little bit OCD about when you're cutting or when you're bulking, that you're no fun.
Oh, I'm a lot of fun when I'm bulking.
When you're cutting, you're no fun. And I think it sometimes can affect what we can do, just because you don't want to go out and do anything. You don't want to eat anything good. You just block a tofu and some potatoes.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, we really don't argue that much. I guess sometimes I'll let stuff like build up and then it'll come out, like the other week when like I was frustrated that like I was doing a lot of the housework and Wilbert wasn't helping me as much as I would like him to, but instead of just asking like a normal person would do, and he would totally do it if I asked, just let it build up, and then I was just snippy and it came out.
I knew she was building up to something.
Yeah, so that's really it. What was our first road trip?
Oh, it was when we took our cruise, wasn't it?
No. That was when we came to Jambalaya in Austin. May of last year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a 5-hour road trip is a road trip. Sorry, I've done way longer road trips in my life.
Yeah, can you turn that down off?
I'm a popular person, okay?
Can we talk about what's your pet peeve?
Man.
I can go.
Which one do I want to talk about first? Go ahead, you go first.
Alright, I've got two that are kind of they're related. It's pertaining to laundry. I swear to God, you can't take anything off right side out. Everything is inside out. Your socks, which leads me to my next one. Socks are always on the living room floor. Always. I'm pretty sure if I didn't pick them up off the living room floor under the coffee table, you would have no socks one day, and I think I'm gonna let that happen.
I definitely still have socks.
They're still there now because I didn't pick them up today.
I know.
I got tired of it. But seriously, I got so over the turning stuff right side out that I just fold everything inside out. And it's like, it doesn't bother him, so you know what? It's not gonna bother me.
It still's gonna bother.
It still definitely bothers me. Alright, what's yours?
Oof.
I'm so perfect. He doesn't have any pet peeves.
Oh, there's quite a few of them.
Just say them.
Okay, so one of them is like we talked about earlier. She just lets things build up instead of talking to me and asking me to do things or help things or change anything. She just lets it build up, build up, build up, build up until she blows up.
Blows up.
That's a pretty.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
You have any other pet peeves?
That's it.
Okay. That's really it?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. Our nicknames for each other.
She's a crumb. She will literally eat like pretzels or chips and then afterwards just be covered in crumbs, and she's just a crumb. Like she'll do it laying down on the couch, laying down in bed.
Oh, isn't that one of your pet peeves?
Oh yeah,
He hates when I eat in bed.
It's where we sleep. Why would we eat there? That's gross.
Why would we not eat there?
Because it's gross. Because you end up being a giant crumb on a bed. Okay. So she's just a crumb to me.
I call him Bebs. I call him Craig. I call him Cragum, which is a mixture of crumb and Craig. Don't even ask me what they mean. Bebs is an evolution from Babe. And then, I don't know where Craig came from.
Outside of myself, who's your best friend and why?
My sister.
Safe answer. Why?
Because I talk to her all day, every day. We are literally the same person. If you wouldn't date me, you would date her.
What?
I don't know why I just said that. Oh, the same person. I talked to her on the phone for like an hour and 20 minutes the other day and it didn't even feel like 10 minutes. Like we just can talk. What about you?
Gotta say Juan. Been best friends with this guy. We start off not liking each other, but we've known each other for, what, I was 14, I'm 27, 13 years now. So
it's a long time.
Almost as long as you've known your sister.
My sister's 20.
Yeah, so it's only like 7 years difference.
Alright, one more because my camera is gonna die.
Alright, this one's just me asking, what's one thing that I've brought into your life that you can't believe you lived without?
I think just like your sense of humor and like, I think it's a combination of things. Like your sense of humor and your work ethic and the way we just like mesh so well together. We like, it's just never a dull moment, but like, you know, when we also like can totally just chill. We can sit on the couch for like 3 hours and not say a word to each other, but still enjoy each other's presence. So I really enjoy that. What's yours?
I think you're not just your work ethic, like you said, but your gym work ethic. I've been to the gym before, I've worked out before. I don't think I've ever had that purpose and that drive until I got to the gym with you. Like once I started going to the gym with you, it kind of changed my whole outlook on working out in the gym, and it's probably one of those things that is underappreciated, but I appreciate the most about our relationship. Is just you wake me up in the mornings at 4:30 in the mornings to go work out, and I'm so thankful that you do that for me.
Aww. That's it.
Yo,
done.
Vlogmas with Willie Beats.
Day
my
7.
DJ channel.
Tomorrow's day 8.
I'll be back, guys. Don't worry.
He will. We're going to Chicago next weekend. I'm vlogging. I'll be back.
I got a special surprise coming for her birthday. I'm gonna make her film. Be ready. I didn't tell her about this. Look at her shocked.
Alright, do you want to kiss the lens?
No, that's weird.
Oh! Why would you say that?
You just told me that I would be dating your sister, so.